Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakuraso here, coming at you with 5 cards you should have in your trade binder for December 2019. Really quickly, there's a lot of support for this series, so if you guys want to see more of this series, let me know in the comment section, or if I get like 12 or 13 likes. I know that's an insane amount, but I want to see if maybe we can get there. I'll start releasing these twice a month, and I would actually love that because I do kind of want to do it myself. Anyway, so the first card that you should pick up is Spell Shattering Arrow, the ultimate rare out of Astral Pack 7. Now, what this card does, by the way, is destroy as many face-up spells your opponent controls, inflict 500 for each. Pretty self-explanatory. The reason this is good is because against Pendulum, which is a deck that always gets a top 32, like, usually regardless at a regional, like, you'll always see, like, some type of Pen Magician of some kind, and Pendulums aren't even really at full power exactly. If they get stronger, some type of meta deck comes out with Pendulums, this card's gonna be, it's the side, and the price will go up. This is one of the best cards against Pendulums, along with, since Astral Pack 1, 2, and 7 have gotten a reprint for our Thanksgiving Day, could have been also Yu-Gi-Oh! Day, one of the two or both, I'm not really too sure. Like my locals got Astral Pack 1, 2, and 7. A lot of the cards in those packs, ultimate rares, like, you know, Atlantean Dragoons went from like a $90 card to a $60 ultimate rare. Now that they're more in circulation, they're going to start slowly rising again, but they went down because of the resurgence of packs. Spell Shattering Arrow right now was always some money, not like a big amount, but they're only $10 a pop right now. And it's a card that's always fading in and out of relevance, along with, it can be used against stuff like, let's just say True Deco, if they have multiple face-up spells or multiple floodgates, you can flip it on that. And, you know, that's another use for it, but against Pendulums, it's absolutely insane. So, if you guys want to pick this card up now, it's like $10 on TCG Player, even less actually, if you want lightly played. So, yeah. Definitely pick that up. The second card I'm going to talk about is Gladiator Beast, and I'm going to try my hardest to pronounce this, by the way, Vispacious. I always want to call it Visparius, but yeah. So, Gladiator Beast, if you guys don't know, have actually gotten a top 32 recently. I believe it was at a YCS. It'll be somewhere over here, my correction. But same with Madolche, actually, which I'm pretty happy of if you guys don't see the logo. And gotta take a power break real quick. My throat gets a little dry. But the ultra rare out of Chaos Impact, which was a sneak peek preview, by the way, it was printed as a normal rare, but the normal ultra rare is worth like less than 50 cents, and Gladiator Beasts are getting a bit of hype right now, along with, it's always a fan favorite deck, even though, as I like to tell people, everyone who loved and played Gladiator Beasts back in the day are married with kids now. I know these people, by the way, like when I was like 12, 13, I actually had a teacher who played Yu-Gi-Oh! Training a teacher assistant back in my middle school, which played Yu-Gi-Oh! As well. Every Gladiator Beast person I know that played Gladiator Beast back in the day is married. It's like a stereotype. So they're not playing the game as much anymore. But now we're getting more people liking Gladiator Beasts, which is really good. And this is the ultra that will be very hard to find. Just like how Artifact Scythe, ultra rare, went way up in its price. I think it was a $25 ultra while the super was like $12 for a limited amount of time. And you could get these cards for quarters. I picked up about 6 for like $1.50 trade, and it was just very cheap. It was basically almost a throw-in. And now what I could do is I could just put them in a collection binder, sit on them, completely forget about it, and when this card reaches a couple dollars or possibly even more, about a few bucks, I could look and be like, oh, look, money. Very simple. So this is a very simple pickup, and people have these in their binders for very cheap throw-ins. So if you could grab these and just hold on to them, definitely do that. The third card I want to talk about is actually Dark World Dealings. Now, Dark World Dealings just got printed as a super rare in Mystic Fighters, and Dark World Dealings has always been a money card ever since it's been released, from the original all the way to the structure deck being like $2-something for like moderate light plays. The holographics obviously even more, and it's a draw card that's not really in the meta right now, like Into the Void, but when it is, people are going to want this card, along with Dark World Dealings always have being money. The super rare is pretty not inflated, but it's because a lot of people are pulling this card. They're like 30, 40 cents. They were like 20 a quarter last time I checked. They might be 40 cents by the time this video goes up. 40, 50 cents. Get as many of these as you can, because eventually, if you wait a little bit and people are not getting these cards, it's eventually going to be a like $3, $4 card, along with having a playset for yourself is pretty nice. I actually ordered a playset for myself when I was playtesting with Shaddolls, and I ended up getting the Super because it just wasn't too cheap of a card. I was like, well, I'm not going to spend like $2-something on decent commons that are not half slobbered on. I'd rather just pay an extra like $1.50 or $2 and get some type of holographic form. And that's what I did. Just like Allure of Darkness, it's always a money card. So pick these up while you can for very cheap. Get them for throw-ins, get them for quarters or 50 cents or whatever. Even if you get them at dollars, you're still probably going to profit, but see if you can get them a little cheaper than that. I know that I already have mine from my Mystic Fires box. I'm getting them for throw-ins very easily. So pick up some Dark World dealings. If it ever becomes a draw card or even somewhat meta in some type of relevant strategy, and you have these, they will shoot up. So make sure you have your copies. Also, the channel is almost at 250 subscribers. If you guys can subscribe and get us to 250, that would be amazing. And if you guys can leave a like, that'd be fantastic. Anyway, fourth card that we have here is Mind Control. Now, Dual Devastator in general has a lot of cards you should pick up. And I could literally sit here for about like an hour, I might even like live stream it, and tell you what you should pick up or why you shouldn't pick up this, etc, etc. Here's why I'm going to tell you to pick up Mind Control. Now, I was able to get 2 playsets for about 70 cents, and Mind Controls currently are very overstocked. At least on TCG Player, they're about like $1.30, $1.40 now, so I already got mine for pretty cheap. However, people are always going to need this card. It's always going to be a side deck staple, especially because it allows you to deal with stuff like Appaloosa, which is going to be a Link monster that I believe is going to stand the test of time, along with other cards, you know, like taking your opponent's Dingarisu, etc, etc. Now, the thing about this card, however, is that it always reaches some type of money, especially for a holographic printing, and even though it's Dual Devastator, players are going to need an extra playset, so they'll order 3, and eventually, through just natural, as the game goes on, we're going to see these copies of Mind Control at like 3 a pop, 4 a pop, 5 a pop, aka a lot of money. And I really do see this going up to eventually a $10 card, just naturally throughout the market. And if you guys need them, definitely pick them up. This also goes for a lot of other Dual Devastator cards, so yeah. And then the last card I'm going to talk about is very briefly, it's a very expensive card, and I like to throw out one of these every market watch, is an Ultimate Rare Tsukiyomi. Now, Ultitsukiyomi is a very nice card. It's gorgeous and everything, but the best part about it is it's always going to be a relevant card. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, Thomas, who the fuck plays Tsukiyomi? Can you show me a top 32 deck list that has happened the last 15 years? Maybe decade. I'm gonna be gentle with it, but no. The thing is, with Astral Pack 1 getting a a resurgence back into the market, all of those ultis are going down. However, Ultitsukiyomi is always wanted by players because of GOAT format. GOAT format, if you guys don't know, is one of the best formats, including, that's what I think. I wasn't around for it, but when I played GOAT format myself, it was super fun. I already picked up GOAT stuff. I already have a GOAT deck with like Ulti Scapegoat, all that, and GOATs are really fun. And even if it's not to you, Ultitsukiyomi will always be a relevant card and a card that will sell or get traded like a hotcake, solely off players wanting it for GOAT. It also has some of the most beautiful artwork in Astral Pack. And if you guys want to see my top favorite cards in Astral Pack 1, let me know in the comment section below. I would love to give you guys a certain video about that. But yeah, guys, that is the 5 cards you should pick up for December 2019. Again, if you guys want to see another one of these, let me know in the comment section below, or let me know via the like bar. I'm recording quite late at night because I just got finished with the paper, so sorry if this isn't as, how do I call it, coherent, or there's a lot of stuttering. I'm just absolutely tired, that's why I'm also keeping myself up. So I will see you guys hopefully in the next video. Peace.